Okay.
All right. So, hey, ladies, thank you for joining us on Laugh Lines and Turbulence again. So excited to have you here. And we we are so thrilled to have Sarah with us today. And Debbie, I absolutely can you take over for just a minute because I have to find the bio because it kind of like pewtered out on
Well,
me. So,
well, Sarah, actually, I started reading through your Facebook, so your Instagram reel. So Sarah is on our. We are so grateful to have her on because she has become like explosive on Instagram and a huge following. And the messages that she posts almost every day, which is, and I was telling Gina, I'm like, I'm so inspired that, Sarah, you find something almost every day to put a message out there to be inspiring. So, pretty much, you said that it's you've blown up in the last 3 months. I know you're in nursing, and I know you have uh, a travel company, correct? I know
Yeah,
Gina's
I do
looking
an
at you.
online travel. Yeah.
Yeah.
and
So,
I found the bio too.
oh,
So
wonderful. Okay, but
yeah,
I think we got some of it right, right?
we got it. Yeah, you did. You did.
Okay.
Perfect. All right. So Sarah's a specialized breast cancer nurse. She's an online travel business owner, and in oh gosh, in her done dimming era, I absolutely love that.
Love
So she's
that.
helping grow community for women over 50 who are just done playing small. After years of putting everyone else first, she rebuilt her life with her confidence and her income on her own terms. And now she helps other women do the same through travel, community, and a business that fits around real life. So, welcome, Sarah. We're so thrilled to have you here.
Thank you so much, ladies. It's going to be fun.
Yes. Yeah. Sarah, let us, before you begin too, let us know where you're joining from as well. So,
So I'm in the UK and it's currently 11 p.m. I'm on the southeast, so I don't know if you know Windsor Castle. So
mhm.
I'm about half an hour from Windsor Castle.
Oh, fun. Yes. Very cool.
Yeah, it's
Very
exciting.
nice. Very good. So, tell us about your journey. Like, how long have you been a nurse for?
I've been a nurse for 28 years, probably. Yeah,
Okay.
28 years. Yeah,
Mhm.
not that I'm counting. Yeah, 28 years. And I've been a
Okay.
breast cancer specialist nurse for 14 years.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
you probably see a lot of, I mean, probably a lot of ages, but
Mhm.
50 plus women come through
Yeah.
your doors.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, older ladies. That's the sort of breast cancer group. We're all getting older, living longer, so more breast cancers diagnosed. But we obviously get a few very young ones as well. So a
Mhm.
broad spectrum, and a couple of men, a sprinkling of men
Mhm.
as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
but I love my job. I love my job. I do.
Well, we love that you're doing that job because
Mhm.
it's so needed. And I know plenty of women who have taken that journey. So
Mhm.
thank you for your service to, for all these years of service you've given to
Mhm.
Oh, thank
women
you.
and men. So,
Mhm.
so where was the shift? Where were you when this aha moment of you're done dimming? When did that start?
Well, actually, this is very apt because just before a week before Easter 2024, I was signed off with stress and burnout, and had 6 months off. And that was my reflection time. So I think I'm the type of person who gives all to my job,
Mhm.
100%. And after 12 years in the job, we had a few people off sick, and I still wanted to give my best to everybody. And yeah, just one day was like, broke down and had enough. Went home and was like, oh, I just need a couple of weeks off. It's just a bit manic at the moment. 6 months later, I did go back and I'm still doing the same job, but
Mhm.
I had to set myself boundaries. And that was
Mhm.
my aha moment, if you like, where I had to retake stock and think, can't carry on like this. And that's when the menopause, looking back, reflecting, that's
Yeah.
when the menopause started as well.
Mhm.
So yeah, that was my aha moment. And then
Sometimes it's,
gradually
go ahead.
just rebuilding.
Yeah. So how did you start? Like, what gave you the idea to start the travel business? Like, what, like nursing and then travel. So what inspired you? What gave you the idea? How did you, start doing something like that? What made you decide
Well,
that?
it wasn't really until last August. I was on Instagram and found somebody that I related to that was doing this, and I'd sort of watched her for a few months and thought, oh, this is interesting. She's a teacher, she's making money doing, in pockets of time. Oh, I might look at something like this, because what I was worried about is building a future income, when you retire,
Yeah.
you know, the rising health costs over here and just the cost of living. And I was like, I want to do something else, not move totally from nursing, because I absolutely love that. But I think it was a moment, and I was like, I want to do something else for me. I need a
Mhm.
purpose. I'm sort of done looking after everyone else, and I want some time for me. So I joined the online travel business, and I've never looked back. And it's been so I've been sort of building my confidence ever since,
Mhm.
really, because I was
Mhm.
full of self-sabotage and limiting beliefs, and
Mhm.
gradually I've worked on that, in a better place now. Wouldn't say I'm 100% confident, but the
Mhm.
key thing was just opening up Instagram and going, I need to do this. If I need to attract people that want to work with me, I need to do this. And that was only just after Christmas. I did a
Okay.
post on the 1st of December, actually, and it was awful. I was shaking. I was like, I need to do this. And I can stand up in front of a lecture theatre and talk to
Mhm.
students. Could I get myself onto Instagram? But I did it. I had some coaching, and yeah, I absolutely love it now. I love doing it. I'm like, because I actually do my talking to camera reel in the car before work, because I like to get to work a bit early, so I make my little flask of tea, because it's tea every morning, and I record my reel before I go into work. Then it sort of levels me out, and I
Mhm.
can post that for everybody. So that's me.
We're so
I
glad
love,
that we stumbled on the on those
yeah,
two. Yes. Um,
absolutely. Go ahead,
I,
Debbie.
oh, I'm sorry, Gina. I think what's really inspiring is too is that you go beyond the nursing and your travel business when you're giving your messages. Your messages are really like inspiring. I look forward to them because you've made some such great points about one of them was about multiple streams of income. You don't have to be stuck with just one stream of income. The
Mm.
possibility and having the possibility and the belief into having multiple streams of income, not just one. That's incredibly inspiring. And just your messages every day just really get me inspired. I am very grateful for those, and they go well beyond the nursing and the travel.
Mm.
It's more of a pep talk, sometimes borderline spirituality, some self-help, all of these areas.
I just wanted to share, women midlife. I did a reel, and it was like midlife crisis, and it's like, it's not a crisis. It's not a crisis. It's a time to look at yourself. You've been giving so much to everyone else. I mean, I haven't got
Yeah.
children, but people that have got children have been organizing everyone else, haven't they? Taking them to school, the lunch boxes, working, coming home, prepping all the children, and even now, um, looking after elderly parents. I think they call it the sandwich generation. That
Yeah.
is a big thing, where your role. I've got, my mum's 91, luckily she's fit as a fiddle, but my husband's parents, 91, quite frail, they live nearby, and he's an only child, and you're stepping into another role as well, that
Mhm.
that actually takes a lot of your time and energy. looking after loved ones as well as children at university and, your job and dealing with the menopause. So there's all these factors coming in to this midlife woman that isn't talked about, I don't think, as well as it could be. We all talk about menopause, that's a big topic, but it's
Yes.
all these extra elements that come into play, and finance, money. We're retiring at 67 over here. I don't want to be nursing till I'm 67. I don't think I can be, not at the level I'm doing now.
Yeah.
So these extra streams of income are going to help so much, but we're doing that alongside all our menopause and our midlife. So I just sit there and think, right, I need to help. So if I can inspire one person, then I love it. And the
Yeah.
comments, I'm so overwhelmed with the comments that from people, from followers, really, really overwhelmed, saying that, oh, this really resonates. Oh my God, you're talking to me. This
Yes.
is what I was thinking today. And that's what drives me. That's what gives me the confidence now, because people want to hear more. Like
Yeah.
you say, people are looking forward to it every day, sitting in my car with my cup of tea.
Yeah. Well, and that's what I was going to mention. Like, just from the videos that I've watched, they've resonated with me. And I just think, wow, like how many women does this speak to, right?
Mm.
These common things that we all are doing, to balance it all, to juggle
Mhm.
it all, and maintaining our sanity.
Mhm.
Trying to do that
Yeah,
too.
Yes.
yeah.
Mhm.
That is hard. I was, my mum's amazing, and she's 91, and we were talking about the menopause. And when she was sort of my age, they never talked about the menopause.
Oh.
It wasn't talked about. And she was
Mhm.
saying that
Mhm.
people were put into asylums because they were, they had a bit of depression from their menopause. They were put into asylums
Yeah.
and told that they were,
Unbelievable. Yeah. Yeah.
we are lucky today that we don't have that, that
Right.
there are, HRT, and there's lots of
Yes.
things we can do. But
Hmm.
years ago, it wasn't talked about. It
Hmm.
really wasn't. And she was saying it wasn't. You just had to get on with it. At
Yeah.
least now we can share it on Instagram. There's lots of
Yes.
self-help books, isn't there?
Yeah.
It's quite scary what happened a long time ago.
Gina,
Absolutely.
Gina and I talked about that. We had an episode where we said menopause, what our mother never told us.
Mm,
And it was just bad, in some cultures, my family's from Eastern Europe, and it's like a rite of passage suffering, they're from the
mm,
Balkans, and, woman suffering was, you were seen as some type of martyr. It was a rite of passage. And, there was no, also empathy when you're discussing during that time. I have hot flashes, I have body, and then the other symptoms, like, back, like, even when I talk to women today who are, well past, a little older, like my mom's age, they say, I never had that. I didn't have a lot of hot flashes. Menopause
mm,
didn't really affect me. And I'll ask them, well, do you have fibromyalgia? Do you have inflammation? Do you have osteoporosis? Do you have depression? Do you have trouble
mm,
sleeping? Do you have, frequent UTIs, which is a,
yeah,
which is a huge problem among women, geriatric
mm,
women, because they are more susceptible to UTIs due to, atrophy or vaginal atrophy. So, and they're like, yeah, yeah, I have those. I go, well, you were affected then. It's not just about hot flashes.
yeah, yeah. And I talk about that in my job. That's because obviously with breast
Hmm.
cancer, they can't have HRT, and they're
Hmm.
getting all the symptoms. So I do a clinic while I'm doing all the menopause symptoms.
Yeah.
But yeah, women do have a lot to deal with, and I think we are lucky that we can talk about it and it's out in the open. But I
Hmm.
really feel for, like people like my mum who got through it. She was on HRT, she had hysterectomy, but even my nan, they never talked about those
Yeah.
sort of things. It was really not discussed, not discussed
Yeah.
at all, which is
Yeah.
sad. So, we've got that on our side, but we've still got those things to deal with, haven't we? Hot flushes, memory fog.
Mm-hmm. The
Yeah,
memory fun, the
it's a bit
forgetfulness.
forgetful. Oh,
So bad.
that is
I feel like I'm
word
constantly,
finding.
yeah, oh my goodness, I feel like I'm playing charades with my husband all the time. I'm like, that thing, that round thing that you put this in. I
Yeah,
just can't find them. It's like a
yeah.
constant game of charades with
It
the memory
is.
loss and
Yeah.
the word
And the
finding. Yeah.
things I've put in the fridge that shouldn't be going in the fridge, I think I've opened the fridge and thought, oh no, this is for the dishwasher.
Yeah.
No. And I have so many pairs of glasses everywhere. I think I have a pair in every room because I'm like, oh, where are my glasses? Where's this?
Mm-hmm.
Where's this?
Mm-hmm.
And my
Hmm.
husband jokes because he'll say, I say, oh, where have you been? And he's like, oh yeah, I had this appointment. I was like, really? He's like, I told you, even though it's in my phone. And I was like, oh, I don't remember that. Yes, I told you. That's a running
Mm-hmm.
joke, you know. And I'm like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, that's the menopause. And he'll
Mm-hmm.
say, oh, just jokingly and lovingly, oh, that's an excuse. I'm like, no, it's
Yeah.
not.
I don't know if
I
I can
told.
blame I don't know if I can blame menopause for always calling the microwave the dishwasher. So I always tell Paul, he's well, where's your tea, your cup, and I'm like, well, it's in the dishwasher.
Yeah,
Or the defrosting thing is in the dishwasher.
yeah, easily. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
always
Yes.
doing things like that. But it's really good at the moment, isn't it? Because I don't know if you have that over there, but we have like a policy now at work where menopause is sort of taken into consideration if you're struggling at work.
Mm.
Oh,
So that's really good.
That
wow.
is. I don't. I
Yeah.
have been. Gina and I. Well, Gina's in somewhat the medical field, and that's how we actually initially met. And I was. And it's good to hear that. I don't know if they started that here yet, but that's a phenomenal thing to do, really.
Yeah, that
Menopause,
is
yeah.
really good for women in the workplace
Yes, yes.
who sort of struggle. Well, I
Hmm.
mean, it's. I mean, depending where you work, if you worked in factories and things, and you're struggling with hot flushes,
Yeah.
oh, really,
Hmm. Hmm.
having fans and cold water. Yeah,
I always have to ask everyone, like, I'm a flight attendant and I have to ask them on the airplane, you know, is everyone hot or is it just me? Because I need to take a poll whether it's the
yeah,
airplane or is it me. And they're like, no, we are too. I'm like, whew, thank God, because I thought I had to change a patch.
yeah. I mean, I used to be a really cold person and have all like the duvet really wrapped around me.
Uh-huh.
My husband was the total opposite. Oh, ceiling fan on, just a sheet. Whereas now it's the opposite. I'm like, oh, it's too
Hmm.
hot. Oh, keep away from me. It's too hot.
Hmm.
No,
Hmm.
it's like role reversal now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. I have hot flashes and my husband's hypothyroid, so.
Oh, but acupuncture is really good.
Oh,
Oh, for hot
wonderful
flushes.
to know. Oh, really? That's good to know.
Yeah,
And I think that's the thing over here in America is, in the United States, is that we don't. I wish that we would dive more into Eastern medicine because we're very, very cautious with integrating, like stuff like that and
mm,
we're starting to more and
They're
more
starting to.
often. Yeah,
Mhm.
they're starting to now, but they're still like extremely, extremely cautious about introducing something like that
Yeah.
yeah. We
into
recommend it. We have
into
with our cancer patients complementary
Yeah.
therapy.
mhm.
Things like mindfulness and head massage,
Mm,
and lots of evidence coming out. And it's all to do with the needles around your ear, auricular. So a lot of ladies, we recommend that, and they say, "Oh, yeah, it really helps. Really
yeah.
helps."
And that's
So
what I was
that's
going
good.
to ask you, Sarah, like, because I know that HRT is really a no-no with folks who have breast cancer and the
Mhm.
like. So what do you, so besides the um, acupuncture, there goes the brain fog. What
Yeah.
are some other
Yeah.
things that you suggest to women that they do to manage their symptoms?
Well, it's really hard because even some of the supplements, like red clover and cohosh, are really frowned upon as well because
Mm,
obviously complementary therapy isn't sort of
Mhm.
researched like other medicines.
Yeah.
yeah.
Certainly, mindfulness, CBT,
Yeah.
Mhm.
And just practical symptoms, exercise,
Mm.
keeping a healthy weight, because of course the more fat you have in your tissue, the more estrogen's produced. So
Okay.
keeping a healthy, balanced weight,
Mhm.
exercise, avoiding alcohol,
Mhm.
caffeine, and spicy foods.
Yeah.
It's really hard. It's
Mhm.
really, really hard, especially for the really young girls, sort of in their 30s, where they have to have like dual blockade. They have to have like an injection of what's called Zoladex, and then they have
Mhm.
to have another tablet. They can be really debilitating.
Mm.
Mhm.
For, you know,
Mhm.
like we talked about vaginal atrophy, really, 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 really painful.
Right.
Um, but luckily, topical vaginal estrogen, the evidence has about the last year come out that actually that is acceptable. It was a no-no a few years ago, but
Yes.
because the absorption is so minimal, there
Mm.
we're actually able to prescribe that more now, which is really,
Yeah.
really helpful because that
Right.
can be really
Yes.
miserable. And of course, women
Yes.
say that their life is so miserable um, on these hormone blocking treatments that they just they can't take them. You
Mhm.
know, the joint
Mhm.
aches, with all of those symptoms, it's just too debilitating. And it's really hard
Mhm.
to get people to do their 10-year of treatment. That's the maximum 10 years. They say, I can't do it. It's really just making
Wow.
my life too miserable, which is really sad. But
Mhm.
Yes.
it's, you can understand it. You can really
Yeah.
understand it. So we really have a lot of sympathy for our ladies because,
Mhm.
you know, you get all these stars over here talking about HRT and ask your doctor for HRT, and do this and all. Then they're on it and it's like, oh, this revolutionized my life. It's amazing.
Mhm.
Our ladies can't have it. And it's really
Yeah.
sad, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
to see that because they're like, oh, I
Yeah.
can't have it.
Right.
You know, and I
Mhm.
sit in a clinic, you know, telling people that they have got breast cancer and they're like, oh, I'm on HRT. And we're like, you need to stop. You need to
Mhm.
stop. And they're like, oh, I really dread coming off
Right.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To go back to having those symptoms again.
Mhm.
Yeah. You know, and on top of having surgery, chemotherapy, radiotherapy,
Mhm.
you know, and going through that journey
Yeah.
is that's one of the hardest things is coming off the HRT.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is hard.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully they'll have more research and more, you know,
Yeah.
other things that can, I mean, that can help them because really this generation has really sounded the alarm on, you know, symptomatic menopause.
Mm.
And like you said, like they can't take the HRTs. The vaginal cream, yeah, yes, I did we saw that they could do that, which is one step, but hopefully they'll start to put more into research for women over 50 and see us as value because
Yeah.
for many
I think
years
they
we were
are.
quite quiet. Yeah.
Yeah. I think there
Yeah.
is. There is definitely some evidence coming out about HRT
Mhm.
Yeah.
that it's possible. And some doctors I have heard in some areas they can prescribe a low dose HRT
Mhm.
for a lower risk cancer.
Yeah.
Mm.
I'm
Mhm.
not
Yeah.
saying people that have a large cancer that's had chemotherapy and they're very
Right.
young, but
Right.
certainly older ladies, sort of our age, 50s, they're saying that
Yeah.
that for a low risk cancer can have HRT. So fingers crossed that will be
Mhm.
coming out.
Right.
Yes. Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that
Yeah,
would be
I'm
Yeah.
really,
sure it's very individualized according to
Mm.
each person. So,
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
Mhm.
definitely. No, that's be some good evidence if that comes out and they can
Mhm.
start giving ladies HRT.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
So tell us about your travel business.
Read my mind. She just took the words.
I'm so intrigued.
Travel,
Same.
hey, the most lucrative
Let's
industry in the
shift.
world. It's
I got to know how to get in on that.
well, we have a big US. US is a big, yeah, we actually have a convention in Florida. So it
Ooh.
started off in the US and it came over to the UK about 8, 9 years ago. So basically, anybody that books travel, if you, I mean, I go to Florida a lot because we have a house out there, you know.
Mhm.
If you do any travel anywhere, you are giving away 7 to 24% commission away to these big companies.
Mhm.
So by having your own travel platform, you have access to all the suppliers. all the top Disney cruises. We can book
Yeah.
hotels, even sports events, anything to do with travel, excursions, Disney tickets. If you travel, hotels,
Yeah.
airport lounges. If you book travel, you go onto your own platform and you book it and you get the commission.
Hmm.
Wow.
Hmm.
And so I think there's about 145,000 I was reading in this business. So if anybody books travel, you are leaving money on the table. And we have mums who have given up their jobs and are doing this full time because they want to take their
Hmm.
children to school, they want to pick them up.
Yes.
We've got lots of nurses doing it
Yeah.
to make a bit of extra money. Paramedics, we've got solicitors, dentists, literally
Wow.
everybody from all walks of life. But the biggest number is women in their 50s because
Taking
they
that
want,
transition.
yeah,
Yeah.
they want to travel more.
Yeah.
They want to take their family abroad.
Yes.
And it's just a way of making income
Yeah.
that's from travel. And people, I mean, you can just do it for yourself, or you can book it for your friends, or you can advertise yourself as an independent travel agent.
Hmm.
And you can specialize in whatever you want. Some people do Disney, some people do skiing, some people do
Hmm.
cruises, honeymoons. The community of people that we have is amazing. And I would never have thought that. We have coffee meetups, we do WhatsApp groups, we have Zoom
Hmm.
calls, we all support each other. And that is one of the best things about this business is all coming
Yeah.
together and cheering each other on. And that's
Wow.
what I absolutely love.
Yeah. How did you find how did you find to get started? Was it was it a company? Was it through Instagram? Was it
It
through
was for Instagram. It was just people talking about it on Instagram. And I watched
Wow,
this
okay.
lady for a couple of months because you're like, oh, is this a scam? What's going on here?
Yes.
Did some
I
I
see
research.
it.
Yeah. Did some
getting
research. My husband was like, what's this? Getting in, this is too good to be true.
Mhm.
Uh, really researched it, found out who's lots of people are doing it, and was like, oh, it's a small outlay to have your own business, £156. And that gives you your app, you do some training, you do your ABTA license, which is,
Mhm.
all the protection, travel protection,
Mhm.
and just amazing. The actual training is amazing. Not just travel, they do mindset and running your own business. And the mindset has been the key for me, working on your
Love that.
mindset. So it's not
Yes.
like, oh, here's a platform, go off and book
Yes.
travel.
Mhm.
And love it, absolutely love it. So if
Mhm.
anybody is thinking, oh, I need a bit of extra income
Mhm.
and oh, what could I do? Working from home, working from your laptop,
Yeah.
huge. Absolutely love it.
Yes. Yeah.
And
That's amazing.
you can
And
make a
that's
lot
it.
of money. People have given
Is
up work. My mentor, she's 40, she was a teacher, she's retired because she's gone all in.
mm,
Because when you refer
yeah.
the business as well, you actually get something called residual income, a bit like
Yeah.
referring, someone to your favorite hairdresser, or you get a £5 voucher if you
Yes.
refer
Yeah.
somebody. And
Yeah.
it's I never heard of it before,
Mm.
Mhm.
and I was like,
And
oh,
it's not just in the UK. It's are
no.
there people in this travel business in the United States? Because you said
Yeah.
it was like 156 pounds, so that's roughly $300 here in the US, something like
So
that.
that's a one-off fee to get all your
Yeah.
training, and then
Okay.
it's £46 a month, and that
Okay.
is because obviously we don't handle money. We don't say, oh, you owe me £1,000 for the holiday. You
Yeah.
give them a link, and then the company IntelliTravel, they actually do all of that for you. So
Uh-huh.
I
they
see.
do lots of
Okay.
admin, they do the training, all that is all the commission
Hmm.
side is dealt with by them. So that and you're paying £46
Hmm.
a month. Now, what business can you start that is £46 a month? And that's a static fee. With any business
Hmm.
that you've got as a shop, you've got insurance to pay, haven't you? You've got a bricks and mortar
Yes.
building.
Yeah.
You've
Hmm.
got so many outgoings, and you can stop at any time. And
Hmm.
after a month, if you are like, "Oh, this isn't for me," you get a full refund. So I was like,
Mm.
"Oh, what have we got to
Oh,
do
so like
today?
a
Let's try it."
30-day, yeah. Yeah. You
Yeah,
know what's interesting is I found that, and you being a nurse, is I found that after COVID, so I worked frontline COVID, I was in the medical field, and long story short, I remember I wanted to switch careers. Like I wanted to be a flight attendant at some point, and then all travel stopped. And then I ended up supervising
yeah,
for a big hospital in Chicago, our COVID drive-through clinic and testing center. And it just seemed like the world just, you know, everything just shut down. And everyone thought that we were never going to do anything or go anywhere ever again. And one of the things that I've noticed, like my airline that I work for, is everyone with in a shorter amount of time than they thought were in a staffing crisis. They were people once they were okay to travel, people were flocking to and we're busier than ever. I've noticed that the travel industry that my flights are full. People are going places, doing things. It seems like after that era that we had in 2020, people were like, I'm going to live my life and I'm going to see the
mm,
world. And I was tired of sitting at home and thinking that I was never going to leave my house again. And I even remember thinking when I was working during COVID, because I had applied as a flight attendant and they canceled. I got an email saying we're no longer hiring. All applications are canceled. And I'm thinking, no, we're going to travel again. This is not the end of it. This is not the end of it. Because people want to go and do things and enjoy life and see things.
Hmm.
yeah, they
So
do. Yeah,
I feel like there's been a huge boom in the last 5 years as far as
yeah.
travel
There,
goes.
there is. People sort of say, "Oh, well, isn't it? Are people traveling?" And it's like, yes, they are traveling, even if it's
Hmm.
not
Yes,
to, like from us to the US, but they're going to
yes,
European countries. They're doing
hmm,
staycations in the UK,
yes,
Yeah.
weekends. Like Easter's a great time.
right.
Booking our flights for this October to Florida, really, absolutely full.
Hmm.
Hmm.
You know
Yes,
how expensive Disney is. People
yes,
are
yes.
paying out, if you've got a family of four, £10,000 for two
Yep,
weeks in Disney,
Hmm.
yep,
because it's
yep.
once in a lifetime. And
It's
a
there.
big
It's therapy,
pi-
Sarah.
it's therapy, and a big sort of travel side here is what's called generational holidays,
Hmm.
multi-generational holidays, where you get
Yeah.
families of
Yes.
12, 15
Hmm.
going away, and people are booking those and getting a huge commission.
Yeah.
Safari is
Wow.
is popular as well.
Mhm.
And cruises is a big thing.
Those are
People love
huge.
cruises. They love
Cruising,
cruising. Yes.
yeah, they do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah, I love it. I love it. I love it.
That's amazing.
Love my nursing, but I can come home and relax and
Isn't it
Yes.
nice to
coach
have that
ladies.
balance? It's so nice to
Yeah,
have the balance because
Yeah.
I'm an author on my side gig.
Hmm.
It's a
yeah,
full-time side gig,
yeah.
Yeah.
We've all got a
but
side gig.
it's just like, and I'm a social worker for
Yeah.
my day
Yeah, and that's
job.
hard.
So it's a good kind of
Hmm.
just a shift, a different shift, a different way of working your mind, and absolutely love it.
Yeah, we
Yes.
need we need a different. I mean, nursing is hard. I love it, but it's hard.
Yes.
It's hard, and
Yes.
you if you bring it home with you, which I did, and that's what
Yeah.
burnout and
Hmm.
stress. That's why I was
Hmm.
like, right, I would come home, I'd read journals because I'm a control freak and read, and I have to be the expert. I was like, no, I'm
Hmm.
not doing that anymore. I'm going to do
Hmm.
this, because I probably got about 5 years, hopefully, fingers crossed, nursing, and then I
Hmm.
can
Yeah,
maybe do this full time and travel some more in America.
Amazing.
that'll be
Yeah.
great. Do you
Yeah.
Where are some of the,
specialize? Oh, I'm sorry, Debbie. Do you
no, go
specialize?
ahead.
You said some people specialize in like Disney, or some people do you specialize? Do you have a niche, or do
Not
you
really. I mean, I
uh,
do. Yeah, I mean, I go to Disney in Florida, so yeah, I know a lot about Disney. No,
Hmm.
lots of European. What everybody does is they sort of niche down into something they like. But I like it
yeah,
all. It's
Yeah.
just nice
yeah.
to see where people want to go.
Mhm.
Yes, yes. Where where do you want to go? Like what's on your bucket list that you haven't been to yet for travel?
I would like to say somewhere like China
I
or
thought she was going to
Australia.
say Superior, Wisconsin.
Oh, we love America. I've been to San Francisco, New York,
Yeah.
Oh, great
lots of,
places,
yeah,
yes.
I've got relatives in Georgia.
Oh,
Yeah.
My
yes.
brother's in Canada. He's lived
Oh,
out there.
wow.
I think I would like to say Australia. I'm not sure about I could handle the flight. I'm not very good. I'm not a good
Yeah.
flyer. A little bit of
Hmm.
turbulence, and I'm like, um, I'd say
Mhm.
Australia. Yeah, Australia, maybe New
Yeah,
Zealand,
Yeah.
China,
yeah,
somewhere with a different, even India,
yes,
to
Mhm.
experience something different.
Mhm.
yes.
Mhm.
It
But
sounds
I
exotic, yes.
do like America though. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. We love the UK too. Americans love the UK. Most
yeah,
do, yes, yes, yeah, yes, yes.
yeah. They
There's
love
a
coming to
kinship
like
there.
London, yeah, London, and seeing Buckingham
Yeah.
Palace, and
Mm.
can see
I
that.
have friends. I have friends in Wales. I haven't been to UK, but I do have friends in Wales. And my daughter has been to London. She went on a European tour with her friends. So yeah, so she loved it. She loved it. She was, Mom, it was great because they spoke English. So she said, but she loved it. I think England was London was one of her favorites. Was definitely her favorites. And then she ended up in Budapest, and then she loved
Oh
that too.
wow,
So yeah, so she did a little
yeah,
European thing. Started off in the UK, and then came down to Germany, and then Austria she liked, and then Budapest. So, but she had a
that's
really good time.
amazing.
Yeah,
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 it's
and
good to travel. You must travel.
it
You
is.
must travel.
I I tell everybody, definitely when you start seeing the world and you meet people from different places, it does something to your soul. It really does. It really expands, like your soul expands your consciousness. It really, there's such a connection to people. I love connecting with people. And we
Yeah.
all are even though we come, from, even in the United States, people from New York are different than the
Mm.
people in California, people in
Yeah.
Chicago. But or people even in Europe, but we still have similarities, so many similarities and things in common, more than we think
Yeah.
we do. So,
Mhm.
Yeah. We've all got our common themes. We all come from different areas,
yes,
but we're all on this planet, aren't we?
Yes.
yes, yes,
Living together. Yeah.
absolutely.
So
Yes.
yeah, it's nice to
And now the
learn. I love
astronauts are
meeting people
watching
from,
us.
yeah, yeah. No, I'm not very good at languages though. I can't speak any languages. So I'll be no good if I was needing to speak. I've got a lot of in my team. We've got Spanish, Swedish,
Oh,
Polish.
nice. Yes. Yes.
So yeah, but I'm no good with languages.
Mm.
That's
Some
not my
languages
forte.
are more
Yeah.
useful than others. Even you could be bilingual in something and no one even, you know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very true. Very
Yeah.
true. Sarah,
So,
I have a question for you. So, we always ask our guests um, their favorite book, and you listed three books, and those were The Atomic Habits, and then
mm,
Let Them by Mel Robbins, and Untamed, or am I unnamed? I can't even read. Unnamed, Stop Pleasing.
Untamed. Yeah.
Untamed. All
okay.
right. I need my readers.
Just like
Yes.
me. Yeah. I can't see a
She
thing without them.
have you misplaced them, Gina?
They're in my bag, but then they got scratched, and so now I
Uh,
gotta go get new ones. So, anyways, so of those three, I know it's probably very hard to pick. What would you say is your favorite out of those three?
Mel Robbins.
love
Mm-hmm.
it.
She
We
has
love
been,
Mel.
and actually, she liked one of my posts.
I
What?
know. Yes.
I'm having to get up the courage to send her a message.
Oh, you most
Do
definitely
it.
should.
Do it.
Yeah.
And that's why that's one of the reasons I reached out to you was when I saw it was Marcella Hill that liked or shared one of your posts, and she's an author. I don't know if you know Marcella Hill, and she
No, tell me.
so I cannot think of the book right now, and I know it's just the brain fog.
I'll have
Uh,
to look her up. Marcella Hill.
here, the
Ooh.
Marcella Hill book, Midlife Awakening Guide by Marcella Hill. She has and she wrote a book. There was a book that she wrote, and I have the book. Oh, Wake Her Up. The book is called Wake her up. And it's through her
Wow.
midlife trend. So she has a great book. It's a wonderful book. And it's called Wake Her Up by Marcella Hill. And she also is she does collaborations with Dr. Mary Claire Haver and some of the other top women that are in the menopause community. So Marcella Hill shared it, and I'm like, oh my goodness, like, wonderful message. Hill shared or reposted your post. And that's when I said, I got to reach out to her because, I love Marcella Hill. So I think it's in
You're
three,
famous.
yes, in 3 months
Famous.
to really, you know, have that big of an impact, you found your purpose.
Yes.
So I love it.
Yeah.
I do. I love it. I mean, I would never, as I said before, I would never have done that 3 months ago. I had 300 followers and they were like friends and family.
Mm-hmm.
And then it sort of, I did one post, I think it was the 80-year-old, where I talked about Mary Oliver's, what would you do with this one wild and precious life? And that just went mad. And then I was like, oh,
Yes.
gives you a bit of confidence. And I was like, right, what can I talk about tomorrow? Right. So I did a brainstorm of all the midlife things that we
Yes.
struggle with. And it's
Yes.
really helped boost my confidence. It really,
I
Mm-hmm.
really.
love your approach though. You're so down to earth and you're so relatable. It's not talking from up here from
Mm-hmm.
a scientific. It's at
Right.
everybody's level.
Yeah, I mean, you can get scientific, even talking about the menopause. There's loads out there on about the menopause.
Right.
It's talking to women what they're dealing with on a daily basis, isn't it?
Yes.
I always
Yes.
sort of say, what do women say to themselves
Mhm.
at night
Mm-hmm.
or first thing in the morning that they would not say to anyone else, not even their friend, what they're
Yeah.
struggling with,
Mm.
you
Yes.
know,
Yes.
opening up your
Yeah.
credit card bill,
Yes.
your washing machine breaks, how am I going to pay for that? The car breaks
Mm-hmm.
down, how am I going to pay for
Mm-hmm.
that? All of
Mm-hmm.
those,
Mhm.
all of those things.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I hate the sound of my own voice. And then people are like, oh, I love
Do you
hearing your voice. And I was
really?
Yeah,
like,
we love your
Oh,
voice.
love your
really?
voice.
Yes. Yes.
Mhm.
Oh, so it's just given me such confidence. And as I
Yeah.
said to you before, if I can inspire some women to think this isn't, the start of the end.
Yeah.
Did you know that the most amount of entrepreneurs that start a business are women in their 50s? That is a fact. So if there is anybody out there who is 50 going, oh, can I do that? Absolutely,
Yeah.
you can. You
Yes.
can. You've
Wow.
got all of that experience,
Yes.
those 50 years or more experience. And you just need
Mm-hmm.
to dig deep and find yourself, your real self,
Yeah.
and take a punt because life is too short. And especially in what I do, I
Yes.
sit with people in their darkest hour.
Mm.
We cure lots of people, don't get me wrong. We cure,
Right.
but we do get people whose life is cut short. And that's why
Yes.
you need to do things now.
Yeah.
I
You,
bet that truly is a motivator, the fire under your heels,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
experiencing from your profession and seeing that happen to people.
Yeah.
yeah. And people say someday, well, that
Mm.
someday isn't going to come.
Yes.
Right.
When the
Yes.
children at university, when I get more confidence, that's the big
Yeah.
thing. Oh, when I get more confidence, or when I've done this,
Mm.
when I've done that, when I
Mhm.
have finished this job,
Mm.
it just start. I had to get uncomfortable.
Mm.
Confidence doesn't come overnight. It's not a pill you can take. You have to get uncomfortable to get comfortable.
That's
That's
right.
great advice. I love
Mhm.
that.
You
Mhm.
don't learn to ride a bike just by watching the bike on the side of the road. You've got to get on the bike, fall off, get on again. When you're young and you're learning to walk, a child falls over about 8 times, they get up, they laugh, and they start again. And that's what it
Mm.
is with confidence. You just need to try,
Yes.
do it a
Mhm.
little bit next time. And it is uncomfortable. But
Yeah.
if I can do it, the
Mhm.
worst self-sabotage person, I can guarantee you people just need to dig deep. If we can send people to the moon,
Yeah.
That's right. Has that happened? No, just kidding.
and I did a post, I think it was the day after the
Uh-huh.
rocket went up.
Yeah.
It's called the Goddess.
Oh, the goddess? Oh,
And
okay.
they named it the Goddess. So I did a little 2-minute reel about
I love that.
being 50 years ago that we last went to the moon. So now women in the
Yeah.
50s.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
wow. That is true. 1969. And it was,
Mm-hmm.
I think,
Yeah.
July of 19. It was so funny, Gina. It was April 1st, which was so funny that
This is
and
Yeah.
really funny.
and I have not even watched. I've just been so busy lately. I haven't even noticed anything. I have so many things going on right now.
And she
And
loves space stuff. I know that
I do
about
love
her.
space stuff.
Yeah, I love it.
Every time I go through Houston Airport, I always take my picture with they have a display of what the astronauts wore on the moon the first time, and
Yeah.
I always take my selfie with them through Houston Airport. And then Gina goes, they're about to launch the rocket to the moon, she says to the moon. And I'm like, and then I text her back, is this a joke?
Because it was April Fool's Day.
And I thought it was April Fool's. I go, is
And
this an
I,
April
It's a bit
Fool's joke?
weird that it was the first.
Yes,
yeah.
that's what we're saying. And then she says, no, it's real. And then after that, it was pretty funny. One of my coworkers, another flight attendant, she actually was in Tampa on
Yeah.
the
I know
ground.
Tampa
Oh,
well. Yeah.
yes, I fly into Tampa all the time. So she was working. She was flying a trip through Tampa, and she had the back door. She had the aft galley door open, and you could see she took a video of the rocket going up.
I've seen
Yeah.
some videos like that today where
Yes.
people are on a plane and they're going,
Yes.
oh, the pilot says, look out to the
Yep.
left.
Yeah.
And you
Yep.
can see this rocket going through. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. So
Love it.
she got a great video, from Tampa, and then my airline did post, a video of it out the airplane window too. So it's really. Can you even imagine? I couldn't even imagine
No,
seeing that while in an airplane, and
that would just be. I mean, I'm
that
quite
is
lucky.
the
I did see a
amazing.
launch. I saw a launch
Yeah.
from Kennedy. I love Kennedy. I go there
Yes.
nearly once a year. Yeah, I
Yeah.
saw a launch and it must be amazing. Just you can
Unbelievable.
feel it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Just
you can.
amazing.
Yes,
Yeah.
and I have worked with a pilot who lives by Cape Canaveral, and he would say it would, boom, 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 which it
Mm-hmm.
would shake when they
Yeah.
would take it, but just a remarkable sight.
I love it.
I would love to see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
It's amazing.
amazing.
It's
Yeah,
absolutely
yeah,
amazing.
definitely.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Amazing. Yeah. So if we can send people to the moon,
Yep,
You can do the
you
thing
could
that you
do.
want to do.
That's right.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
yeah, definitely.
Well, Sarah, thank
Definitely.
you so much
Hmm.
for
Oh,
coming on our show and
Yes,
being who you
I've
are and
loved
doing
it.
everything you're
Loved it.
doing for people. Like I you I don't know. I don't know if you know the full impact, but I think that you're
yeah.
truly impacting women
Hmm.
all
Yeah.
over and just hearing their voice, right? And so thank you so much for doing that.
Yes.
So important the work that you're
My
Yep.
doing,
pleasure. If I
all the
can, as I
work
said,
that you're doing,
help
including the travel stuff, but your
Yep.
videos are so poignant. And thank you.
Everything.
Mm-hmm.
I've really enjoyed it. It's just like talking to friends. So
Yes. Yes.
love it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you
So
so much. We're
keep
so
up the good
grateful.
work.
Aw, thank you.
Thank you.
It's been an absolute pleasure.
Same
Aw.
here.
Yes. Thank you so much,
And,
Sarah. We
and
really
happy
appreciate that.
Easter, everyone.
Yes. Happy
Absolutely.
Easter.
Happy Easter. And ladies, we will post Sarah's links and so if you want to learn more, definitely
Hmm.
check her out on Instagram. Her videos are amazing. And yeah, happy Easter
Hmm.
and thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Take
you.
care. Bye.
Hold on. What?